So this is in response to Colin's Lab's DIY iPad stylus. Colin did a really great job on the Make blog explaining how to make a stylus for the iPad, and I basically did the same thing. The main difference is that I'm using a lead holder for drafting. So here's the stylus that I made compared to the Pogo stylus. You can see this is a Pogo Sketch. It's a longer version of the Pogo stylus, which is very short. So you can see that this is quite a bit thicker and heavier and longer. Just it feels great. It feels better than these skinny things. I have to say though that Pogo stylus is awesome. I still have it on my phone. I even hacked this case to fit the clip, and it's great because it's short. I carry it all the time. If you see my other videos, you'll see a bunch of speed paintings done with the Pogo stylus. So I still love the Pogo stylus, but for the iPad, I feel like even with the Pogo Sketch is still too short, too skinny, doesn't quite feel right. So I wanted something much bigger like this. So that's why I made it. So what you need are first of all, you need a conductive foam, the most important thing. So this stuff works, in electronics. These chips and stuff come in it. So find someone who's really into electronics and see if you can score some of this foam. So there's actually different types. The ones I find that works the best are actually the middle coarseness ones. So this is super fine. I'm not sure if you can see in the camera, but this is the same material that the Pogo stylus is made from. It's very fine. Then there's the stuff that's in the middle, and then there's stuff that's really coarse. The coarse one is too grippy. The ones that's really fine is actually fairly grippy, and that's what the Pogo stylus uses. The middle one is actually what I love the most, and it's really super smooth. It glides on the glass much better. So first thing you want to do is make sure that it is conductive foam. So just by holding it like this, you can try it out. You can try out different foam. You can feel the grippiness, but it's not until you actually made one on the tip of a pencil holder that you can really tell. So you need the foam. Another thing you need is glue, super glue. You need scissors to kind of trim it. You need I'm using these Q-tip, the body, the shaft of the Q-tip as the shaft that the holder holds onto, and it basically just needs it. This is the lead of one of the pencils. It basically just needs to be roughly the same diameter. This is actually thicker, but it's pretty close. I actually have made a metal one that is the exact same diameter and works great. The problem is that I was afraid that the metal might, over time, the foam might wear out and the metal might push through and scratch the glass. So that's why I'm going with the plastic type. So basically the material can be anything, because you're going to be actually grabbing onto the foam part of it. So it's just enough for the pencil holder to grab onto. What else do you need? You need the pencil holder, and these are lead holders that are made for drafting. So anywhere that sells drafting supplies, you should be able to find these things. You want to make sure you get one with the tip of it that's metal, since these things, when you push the back end of it, the jaw comes out and it kind of grabs onto to the lead. So you want to make sure you have one that has at least the metal part that's pretty long. Some of the cheaper ones only had the very tip of it that's metal, but most of them, almost all of them, have these really long metal parts that you can hold on to. So you want to make sure you get one of those. This is my favorite lead holder. I've had this for a gazillion years, and it was my favorite pencil until I started doing digital stuff, and now I do nothing but digital. So it's really great to use this thing again in my digital work. this one is all metal, and I love the heaviness of it. So this thing is just awesome. So to make one of these, what you need first is just to cut out a piece of this Q-tip. So you just basically find a pair of scissors. The length of this really doesn't matter as long as it's enough for the pencil holder to grab onto. So you need a piece of that, and then you need a piece of foam. So here's the one that I've cut out already, just a little cube of it. You don't need much. It needs to be a certain diameter in order for the iPad and the iPhone to pick it up as a finger touch. So it needs to be, it can't be a fine point, unfortunately, so it has to be about this diameter. And if you have enough of this foam, just experiment with it and see what size you can get, but roughly it's about this is about the small end of it. You don't want to go too much smaller than this, so by the time you trim this out, it'll be about the right size. So so you basically just work the shaft and just twist it, measure with your finger to see how far in you've gone, and that's probably enough. And then you just apply a little bit of super glue. This is the thin stuff, so it sets in like seconds. So you just need a little drop, a little bit of it in the tip, and this will set pretty darn quick. So you just let that set. So now you can go in and start trimming to make it rounder. You actually don't have to. This will work just perfectly like this. So the trimming is just to make it look better. So basically I'm just going to go through and slowly trim by rotating it and just kind of doing this, trim a little bit off at a time, and I'm just making kind of a round tip shape. And right now it's still pretty square. So I'm just taking the edges off and slowly trimming. That's about it. So there it is. There's the tip. You can spend time to make that a little bit rounder and smoother if you like, but roughly that's it. So you basically just put it in the holder, and you just want to make sure that the tip of it, where it's grabbing onto the shaft, is also touching the foam, and actually have it right now grabbing onto the foam a little bit, like that, like so, and then let go, and there it is. So you want to make sure you give it a quick test to make sure it works, and it works great. So that's it.